again. Okay, we've restarted again after a half an hour. And, okay, YouTube is working fine. And Twitch is working fine too. Okay. Okay, good. We're back. Everything is fine. Everything is good. Everything is fine. That's some nonsense right there, but we're recovered. How long exactly did that take? All right, so our jump buff is down to 14 minutes. 27. Okay, so it took us like 12 minutes to figure out why Twitch doesn't want us to have a stream today. But it's all right. We made it work. Update party. Maybe I should have moved it a little bit higher than R1. Because we are relatively strong.
Even though you were late, we still beat the Netherese.
Oh, and we're out of phase. We'll attack this guy in another 6 seconds.
Don't get too excited. I can already tell
And we use this bypass, and we are good to go. So maybe the problem before when I had restarted was that I didn't restart enough. Or rather, I just like turned it off and on again. And I actually needed to turn it off and wait a minute. So that Twitch and everything understood that I actually turned it off. Not that I just had an internet blink or something. But from all that, we are finally recovered and able to go and do things.
Don't be fooled by her cheerful demeanor. This confirms what I expected. There's an elite mercenary team the Netherese sent after the scroll.
And we can get rid of these. This is fine.
How badly the Netherese must want what we have.
Where are the other ones? I know there are supposed to be other ones around here.
Netherese aren't in the habit of hiring bards. They must be desperate to find the Nether Scroll. In any case, they've blocked our road. After you defeat them, we'll have to find another way around.
Well, actually tell him which quest we're in, because I don't think it's listed in the LFG. There might be another... Yeah. I was like, wait a second. I don't think we're done here. Okay. There were even more than I remembered. Thank you, bot. Thank you for telling me that I am once again live. You have caught up. Everything is good. Everything is fine. And I need to remember that in this quest, we can't just, you know, I'll just leave one alive, it's fine. It's like, no.
The lodge isn't down there.
No, that doesn't work here.
Take care of our attackers and move into the forest.
Because they'll attack the guy we're escorting, and while he won't die, he will be very annoying.
Oh no, not again. Oh well, it's probably nothing. Through the forest to the lodge now.
Yep. Ooh, and a soul. So off we go. And the spiders. I do appreciate an escort quest where the person being escorted can't really die. Now, don't get me wrong, this guy can be annoying. He can get confused, he can wander around, he can get lost. But at the very least, worst comes to worst, I spend some time having to get him back, but I never have to, like, restart the quest. So, that is one of those just nice small things that make an escort quest more reasonable. Did we get them all? No. There we go. And so far, we haven't been majorly screwed over by magic searches, or by wild searches, whatever we call them.
An ambush. I should have expected this. This had better be the last of them. It looks like they sent an elite assassin to clean up in case we made it this far.
Boop. Just like they're sitting here taking like a couple hundred damage. No, here's 10k. Here's 10k. We're good. We're fine.
I wasn't expecting this. Nil may not be after us, but the others certainly will be. Don't let your guard down.
Are you coming? You were just talking like the fight's over, but you're apparently not acting like it. Yeah, as I was saying, as an escortee, he's very nice in that he doesn't die, but he does sometimes get stuck.
Good work. The water
There we go.
container should be downstairs. Follow me. Careful. Do not underestimate the cunning and insanity of this one. Alfred, watch out! Never leave an opening like that.
Bonk.
How about that? I'm glad we dealt with that headache. Well, go and open up the artifact container. Now,
Okay,
so
we got 'em all?
we can put the scroll fragment out of harm's way.
Alright. And our party member is in the quest, so we can finish.
The nether scroll fragment should no longer be a threat to the operation, now that it's safely warded
Alright,
inside
it
the
only took us 22 minutes.
Feel free to take
And most of that is because we sat still in the front for like 12 minutes, trying to figure out why Twitch was being uncooperative. And we'll ignore these guys, because we don't particularly care about them. It's like being on a dating app. There are guys there, but, you know, you don't care about them, so you ignore them. The bots are all kinds of confused now, because they're like, no, we have an ad starting. It's like, no, we don't. The ad was like 6 minutes ago. You're just confused because the stream got turned on and off a few times, and now all your timers are wrong.
Lead into the cave tunnel and deeper into the swamp.
Don't know why that didn't hit him, but we'll make do with it not hitting him. What the? Stop that. Okay. We are going.
The hermit's footprints lead off deeper into the gloomy wild.
Another spell that just dry fires. Not what I was hoping for.
In the midst of the fog ahead.
Got that one. Okay. Our party member has caught up, so now things will go more smoothly. Or he can just kill things before I do. That works too. Alright, so we are in the swamp.
Fallen Oak Shrine. You must be close to the lair of the Medusa.
We need to tell our party member that.
The old hermit Seamus waits to speak with you near the giant fallen oak just ahead.
Oh, we had a magic surge that made this not work for us. Because we got kicked out of phase, which is great defensively, because we're not going to take any damage, but on the other hand, we're trying to deal damage, and getting sent out of phase so we can't deal any damage does slow down our ability to kill things. That's just one of those things. It's very difficult to kill things when you're doing literally no damage. Oh, that reminds me. I need more heal scrolls. I only have 2 left to get rid of future pox infections. Or sorry, pax infections. Pax. So, because his icon is paladin, I was like, oh yeah, it's a paladin. I expected, you know, dude with a big sword. But he's not a normal paladin. He's Sacred Fist. So he's like paladin
Medusa
monk.
raises a magic barrier as she directs her minions to attack. Hissing in fury, the destruction of her minions.
Okay.
Medusa summons more servants to defend her. Shutters the eyes out.
Okay. So we try to remember what the heck our spell rotation is.
No longer a threat to Lost Souls Swamp. Find Seamus.
Alright,
and
are they
pick
in the
up
quest?
missing scroll piece.
We want to wait till they move. Alright, they're moving.
You find
Oh,
Orifaux
and someone else finished
in the
first.
Medusa's
That's fine though.
hidden treasure room.
Excuse me. Alright, off we go. Let's see, after this one, we've done 2. Now we have the inn, the castle, and the capstone. So we are at 2 out of 5. So we'll update our LFG to let people know that. 3 out of 5. And we're about to get hit by a bad magic surge, but it'll hit us while we're buffing. So, again, not too concerned about it. It'll go up to 2 skulls. Not that it's significantly harder on 2 skulls, but twice as many Reaper points. Which doesn't really mean all that much. Because, well, there aren't a whole lot to begin with, so getting twice as much of not much isn't super compelling. Really, only the one. What do you mean I'm not facing it?
The courtyard grows quiet as the last
Okay.
of the foes fall. The terrified villager beckons you over.
And now we just kind of run around and gather things. Because obviously, what else are you going to do here? Kill stuff individually? Now, why would we do that? Okay, kill them.
Invaders falls. You hear a door. The innkeeper gives you the barn key.
Okay. So we already unlocked that door, so if someone has trapping abilities, they can go look at it.
I keep all my valuables in that chest.
Looks like no one does, though. He has full 20 levels in Sacred Fist, which does not get the ability to undo traps. And both me and the other person are full sorcerers, which also do not get the ability to do traps. Now, of note, you can't bypass the whole fight down below by doing this and jumping up here.
As the wizard in Kansas, the Netherese wizard stops his casting as you approach.
You can just skip ahead a little bit. But the gate up here, or the door rather, won't open until everything has been killed. So that includes all these rats and stuff as well. It's just that I'm up here and they're down there. There we go. If I'm up here and they're down there, then we save the time between killing the guys on the bottom and having to run up and kill the guys up top. We can kill them at the same time. So it's really a convenience thing. It's an optimization that is really, really not necessary. But it can be nice to have.
Is nowhere to be seen. Not surprising, as the shell swords have ransacked the tavern in their search for the scrolls.
Arcane spell failure. Let's give me arcane spell failure.
A smooth voice issues from the cellar.
It's not showing I have any arcane spell failure.
Axeman, I wish to speak with these heroes. The wizard's voice goes cold.
Yeah, you summon your shadow dude. I don't care. Because it's only on Reaper 2. They're not going to deal enough damage for me to be worried about getting killed.
With the last of the Netherese purged from the tavern, a timid the bartender emerges from the splintered crate. The bartender mulls over the question.
And now we just kind of have to wait for him to go up and finish the quest for us.
No, he never gave me anything like that. The only thing that sponge ever gave me was a note promising to pay his bar tab. At the mention of the bar bill, the bartender's face lights up. He rushes upstairs. The bartender points at the promissory note on the wall. One side of the parchment reads, I promise to pay.
But I do
1
love that
platinum
whole
and
trope
3
of
gold
the
in return for beverages rendered.
terribly dangerous magical artifact.
Over, you see arcane
Is it being kept
symbols
safe in a vault with a ton of guards?
You
No.
have found a
It's being
piece
kept safe
of
by the
the
fact that
This
it doesn't look important and no one cares about it.
strangely silent.
Because
No townspeople can be
it's just
seen.
here in a bar
Windows are shuttered.
with something scrolled on the back that says, you know,
Bandits
I owe you
or something
for
worse.
drinks. And that's it. Of course, it didn't go well because they knew it was somewhere in the area, so they still attacked the place. But they couldn't find it, which might be worse than the alternative. Because if there's something really important hidden where you live or work, and then the people who really want it show up and are like, hey, we want the thing. And you're like, I don't know what the thing is. And they don't believe you, you might be in for a rough time as they try to convince you to tell them where it is.
Castle has fallen.
But you don't actually know where it is.
Adventurers stand around the
So
campfire.
everyone is going to be unhappy.
Tales of their a dwarven merchant has a makeshift store in the ruins. It may be wise to make sure your supplies are well stocked. This old fireplace sits the rear of the fireplace opens smoothly, pulled open by some hidden mechanism. Netherese ancients.
Okay.
They must be searching this part of the castle for the net. A frustrated voice echoes from down the hall.
This is the wrong way, I believe. Yes.
This tower
Yes.
served once as a guard tower and gave communion for travelers along the high road.
Just
Now
killing rats for the
stands
hell of it.
dark and broken. Had the adventure
Am I the only one who's running a dispel?
no mere obstacle stood in the way of their
So that's a little annoying that I'll have to be doing all of it. Oh, wait. Got a little bit of lag. It's okay. I got the one spell off that I needed in order to be confident that they would die.
lonely staff stands cautiously in the center of the room.
Okay. This one wants arcane, right? Oh, I am not strong enough. Oh well. I'll take the hit.
Keldon's sing-song voice emanates from the Netherese staff. I always thought Gaston-did heroes never know how to set up proper ambushes.
There we go. That one we can disable. Yeah, the Sacred Fist looks like he's going through this. Like he could be soloing it. No problem. Which is fine, because I can do the same. Which means I probably should be turning up the difficulty a bit. But it can really go either way.
The reek of still and stagnant pools wafts up from the nearby chambers. Something the foul stench is particularly strong. Dark shadows whisk out of the water elemental. The Netherese must have done something insidious to shadows coursing through the elemental before the elemental breaks apart and evaporates.
So that's one part done. And the rest of the party should handle the other part here shortly. Because I saw that he went to the right, and the right is one of the ways we need to go, and the left is the other way. So he went right, I went left, and we made progress. Oh, did we not kill the dude yet?
Throne room lies beyond the cups. A soft magical din can briefly be heard as the Overseer collapses. Then, the Overseer and Elemental must have been magically connected.
I didn't think I had holy energy.
With their death, the sound
It was possible that I might have.
A Netherese wizard waves at you dismissal.
Because I have epic destinies, but I'm not in any of the divine ones.
Is this what you're looking for? The scroll piece? How
Yeah, only 18.
unfortunate. Well then, it's time for me to get rid of you. Certain the wizard calls out to the darkness. Creatures of shadow, come to me! The Netherese Arcanist.
Yep. And this quest always lags a bunch at the end. I don't know if it's something specific about the rats or what, but it really doesn't like finishing. It's like your standard middle-aged person on antidepressants. There's just finishing is gonna take forever. All right, Rico, turn these in so we can flag for the last one. Would I do this if I was party lead? Yes. Would I do it if I was not party lead? Probably not. I would assume someone else would take care of it. Because you can red door the last quest, so you don't need to turn in the earlier ones, as long as someone in the party turns them in. However, as I am party lead this time, it is my responsibility to be able to open the quests that I am leading for. And thus, we go in. And of course, I should update the LFG. There we go. How close are we to rank 36? So we're getting there, but we're still a good ways off. I do think, however, that if we head to Wayloon, we will cap. Not necessarily just from finishing off High Road here and then hitting Wayloon, but because that'll finish off like 3 sagas, and the sagas should get us the rest of the way there. Or maybe Wayloon would get us there too, but I don't think Wayloon has enough XP in the chain to do the full level 29 to level 30 amount, because that last level is pretty big. Go up to 3 skulls. Okay.
A keen-eyed elf nods to you as you enter the cottage. This must be the Harper agent you were sent to meet.
Alright. Buffs up. And we are on our way.
As you enter the grounds of Granwell Keep, you can see forms moving further off down the road. The This area has been overrun by Netherese forces.
Okay. We might want to pay a little bit more attention as we did increase the skulls a little bit. Actually, I take that back. We would have if we were going to be continuing to solo. However, our paladin friend is here now, so it does not matter anymore. We can do dumb things, and we will just brute force it with the two of us.
How the Netherese fallen purple dragon knights lie near a battle-scarred cottage, victims of the struggle.
As soon as I stop getting Soul of Ice guys, we'll pop a little bit of a heal on him. I don't have a ton of healing, but I have enough to top some people up between pulls. And I gotta love tab targeting when you get hit with a blindness effect. Well, two things. Tab targeting and... what is it? Area of effect. Oh, that's not good. Alright, I thought I was lagging, but it looks like I was just stuck in the bush. Or it might have been both.
Glowing orbs of deadly magical evil block the path.
Okay, we're just dropping bombs. Taking a bunch of damage. Moving forward blindly. Literally blindly. We can't see what we're doing. Okay, we got people taking different routes. We'll see who ends up there first. I think I will, because I'm pretty sure that I'm on the shortcut route. And they are not. Okay, well, we did get hit with an exhaust effect, but we managed to drop enough AoEs that it did not actually end up hurting us any. Bonk. Drop an iceberg on your head. Slightly too far away. So that looks like a spam form letter, Mr. Velox there. So if that's anything besides a spam form letter, I will be surprised. Yes, what is this maze shoot? You aren't tagged as first time chatter, so... Ah, there you go. Never mind. It's the same person. So, spam message, followed by a tag. and
The wizard
fun matches and good vibes. You see, that sort of spam might be effective if I were streaming something like a first-person shooter, or a MOBA, or something of that nature.
a king into a god. All I have to do is read it.
So, yeah. This is where I'm going to be more than gracious towards said likely spammer, because they probably
Ominous vortex opens in the sky. A portal
are going to
some
be
malevolent place.
a bot. But we're going to be more than gracious, and we're going to give them an opportunity
Towering
to say anything in response to anything that I have said, to show that, like, they're actually present in the stream and can hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. That's right. Sometimes you just need to do the Chris Tucker from Rush Hour and be like, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Except in this case, it's not a, do you speak my language? It's a, are you just a text bot in chats? Or are you actually in stream?
The moment Elminster detected the portal opening, I admit that this assignment could have gone a bit more smoothly.
And I
Looks like you
don't
managed to
see
sort
anything
things out
from
by
them
yourself.
to show any indication that they might not be a bot. So it is time to ban.
It seems this particular nether scroll
Ban.
deals with the abyss, part of the Planus Mechanus, no doubt. Elminster
Also, the account was
this
created
way
yesterday.
We'll never find it, just to be safe. I'll see you later, back in Evening Star. Farewell, and may the road always rise to meet you.
So we turn this in, and then we head to Huelun. And yeah, rank 36. We're at close to 7.2 million. I don't remember the exact number you need for 30. I want to, like, I know it's 8 something, but I forget if it's like 8.5 or 8.25. Oh, okay. That was the wrong thing. I picked up some random bit of food, whereas I could have gotten a mnemonic elixir, which are very rare rewards. And though I haven't really ever used them, mostly because the only places that they're useful are if you're running hard enough content that you're running out of spell points. And normally, if I'm running out of spell points, my indication is not turn to cash shop consumables, but rather lower the difficulty. So I understand that this is a thing that not everyone has the luxury of dealing with that way. Certain builds are just too mana intensive, especially in things like raids. Alright, so let me update our LFG. Huelun. Alright, so we've got this one. Then the training ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. There are 5 in this chain. Bump this up to 29.
The woman's life ebbs away, her frantic warning consuming the last of her strength. If you act now, you may be able to prevent further massacres at the other camps.
This is where I miss having a bunch of run speed. any class that has like a sprint boost, or lots that have a 20% just class fixed 20% to move speed, like Bard or things like that, oftentimes it'll be because you get one per class level. Warlocks get the same thing. It's like, okay, one level, or 1% per level, and that's good. That's all you need. Apparently, I had a different idea about which direction we were going, which is fine. We're just gonna drop some AoE on them now that they're held in place, and just let them die. The funny thing is, because of the boots I'm wearing give me resist acid on kill,
The snake crest on the ground.
seeing me lose and regain that buff is just an indicator. It's like, oh yeah, you killed something.
Criminals drop down from the ceiling grates. The natives below scramble to follow.
This is where the power of crowd control compels you. Because these guys can be really annoying. Because a lot of them are archers, so they drop down from the ceiling, and then they run in all sorts of different directions, and it's a pain to find them, and all that sort of thing. Are we lagging? What's going on? Oh. Well, we were lagging. We got over it a little bit. But it was too late for Legolas. Okay. Alright. It's interesting that the guy in the DMs asked which quest we were on, because I could have sworn that I put in that we were on the first one. Oh, and we're lagging again. You can especially tell it because our spell ward slow is sitting here at 0 duration. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're chilling. The stream looks like it's fine. So we're gonna blame DDO for this lag. And we're gonna chill. We're gonna snack a little bit while we wait for the lag to clear. Hey, there we go. I know at one point, one of these was bugged, and it did way more than the normal amount of damage. And I think I found that out because one of the larger streamers, it might have been Strimtom, or it might have been someone else, they lost a character to it in the hardcore because it did like 10,000 damage or something ridiculous. It's just like, that doesn't seem right. Big spikes. Guess we were due. We were due indeed. So yeah, we've had like close to 2 minutes of lag spike at this point, which is not ideal. Oh, someone in party said they played for like 2 days with no lag, so it's about time. I guess it is Friday evening.
As the gate defenders fall, the criminals force the gates open and pour into the camp.
Having the lag really hit like right when we start the defend the camp thing. It's like, well, the game is decided no optional for us. Oh well. We're chilling. We are fine. Just adjust the camera down so people can get a clearer view of Liesel. Oh, are we good? Well, we're doing better than we were. The packs again? We just had the packs. Oh, remnants. What is Rising Hope? Increased key generation? Okay. Must be a buff from our Sacred Fist. Okay. We're doing well.
You've ended the attack on this camp. The grateful natives take down the barricade. So a sniveling voice calls out from above.
You fell for it. Fill him with arrows.
I don't know what we fell for. Apparently it. And now someone, I don't know who exactly, is going to get filled with arrows. My guess is that someone else in the party took a different route that wasn't cleared.
Loud splashes and guttural growls echo in the tunnels ahead.
Oh. I really dislike that if my target disappears for Dispel, I'll cast it on myself. That's probably a setting, like self-cast by default. And I'm pretty sure I have it turned on because I like it for things like casting heals. Casting a Dispel, where it will have me remove my own buffs, is less ideal. Fortunately, we have plenty of spell points, we can just recast our buffs, but, you know. Oh, there is another one.
The leader of these thugs calls out to you.
You pumpkins won't stop us.
Oh, and because someone went that other way, right. So, there's this thing that can happen
Where's my brother and sister? Did you crash
in
them?
quests where traps are generated. Like, people that create the little poison traps on the ground and things like that. If those things get summoned, it can mess up the number of traps in the quest. So you no longer get your, like, trap disarming bonuses. which is unfortunate, but you know.
You took their lives. I'll take yours. Blood for blood.
Leah attacks with renewed vigor as she is joined by reinforcements. A mocking voice above yells, "Look out below!" One of Thea's lackeys joins the fight as she cries out,
I'll have my vengeance.
Where are the ads? There we go. We are lacking again, though. So that's not ideal. So, if this keeps up, we might go back to Hades. I'm about to die to this Plague Reaper because I can't do anything. Yep. At some point while I was doing it, apparently while lag locked, like the one spell I managed to cast, or this one or two spells I managed to cast, got me a Wild Surge proc that silenced me. And then everything else I tried to cast was like, sorry, you're silenced. Right. I'll call this Strike 2. Earlier one we'll call Strike 1. Earlier when we lagged for like 2 minutes. So how is everyone doing? I'm dead because we lagged.
the magic protecting the crest disappears as the last defender falls. You mustn't let the attackers take it.
Oh hey, all I needed to do was stand up.
My family wiped out by you
All right.
bumpkins, she gasps.
You're no longer dead.
You've routed the criminals and ended their scheme to destroy the Wayloon natives. The leader of Harvest Hall motions you over, eager to speak with you.
Hello.
You are welcome to use Harvest Hall as a place to rest.
I'm
and
gonna
recover from now
blame
on.
this guy. Now you might think, well, why would you blame that guy? And this was a thing before server transfers, and it's not something I ever know that was proven. And it's something that they did a bunch of fixes for to try to address a while back. But essentially, the more mobs that are active and have like pathing and things going on, the more things lag. And especially this is true, and this was a theory that people came up with when doing slayers, like Thunderholm slayers, that the lag gets worse the more spread out people are. Because the server is like trying to keep track of a bunch of stuff in a bunch of different places. So I'm going to blame the person who is far away from the group. Am I going to seriously blame them? No, not really, because I don't know if that theory was ever confirmed or shown to be valid at all in the first place. That splitting the party causes lag. Now, it would be funny if it were true, because splitting the party is one of those just known things that are bad that you shouldn't do in Dungeons & Dragons in general. So if the game lags too much when you do it, that's kind of funny. Actually, wait. We don't need to do anything with our looking for group. We have a full party. We don't need to inform the people not in the group which quest we're on. Because even if they know that, what are they going to do about it?
Your allies meet you just inside the entrance to the crumbling warehouse. With their help, you may be able to learn who's been recruiting gangs inside the prison. Their leader signals that he needs to speak with you.
Okay. We just need everyone to be in here.
A sudden explosion tears apart a section of the building. Then, a mysterious voice calls out.
What kind of fool do you take us for? I'm sharp. It's time to teach you a lesson. Still alive?
Exclaims the voice in the rafters.
All right.
Good. Then we can
So we're on
start
strike
Voice
2.
calls to you from a nearby rooftop.
On strike 3,
This isn't
we
over.
finish whatever quest we're in, and then we decide we will come back to DDO some other day.
Delay.
Says the voice.
If you waste my time, your friends will. One rat.
We have been turned into a rat.
Are in
Not ideal.
our hands. So get moving.
Fortunately, when turned into a rat, we get a lot of dodge.
They fight each other, and only the strongest survives. Then I get my pick of the
Oh wait, no. This way.
Taunts
I
the
think.
mysterious voice from these narrow back alleyways are full of dead ends. Hidden is the mysterious person who took your past.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're having problems again. Yeah, it looks like a good chance that we're just gonna be done with DDO after this quest.
A sudden blast blocks your path. Shouts the voice.
Okay.
We have
We're back to not having lag for the moment. We'll see how long it lasts.
my regards to the wizard folk.
Shouts a distant voice. The only way appears to be through these foul-smelling drains. A woman screams from inside a burning building. Yet saving her from
Why are they all
blaze may
running to the
compromise
left?
the life of an ally.
Well, we do have someone with us who can do traps now. Not that I'm gonna care too much. And hey, it's nice. Hi. We really want to kill Plague Reapers when there's this kind of lag, because you don't need much lag for a Plague Reaper to be deadly.
As the lever unlocks a gate unlocks in the distance.
And we are going to make a little bit more liberal use of our crowd control. Would we normally need it? No. Oh, someone else got it. Very good. So yeah, we wouldn't normally need it. But sometimes you want to make sure of things.
The voice taunts you from somewhere quite close.
Do you understand that line? The prisoners, the magistrates, they're all our puppets. And so you are.
Man, this dude really likes puppets.
Wailing.
Someone get him to either Team America or Avenue Q. I don't know which one is more his speed. Maybe both. Maybe he's an equal opportunity puppet lover. Like, why are only a few of them getting hit by my AoEs? The answer is
The mysterious voice is
because
much
they hate
closer
me.
now.
That is the answer.
That's the test of flying cars. Well done.
As you reach the rooftop, the voice calls out once again.
We meet at long last.
You can now see that the voice belongs to a robed Shar priest.
You have made it.
Ladders hit the rooftop, and the priest's minions swarm up, ready for battle. Knock the ladders down.
Cool down, hit cool down.
Now that the priest is dead, you should rescue any of your allies that still live.
Okay. Got some quest ending lag. Quest ending lag is not that bad. Mostly because normally when quest end, you're doing okay on
Greeted by all of your allies,
how should we say it?
alive and well.
On safety. You're not being attacked
Yourself to
anymore.
the mad priest's
That's
horrible
not true in this
treachery.
quest, of course, because those ads were still alive, but you know, normally you're a little safer. Alright, let's see if we can manage
Allow me to commend you.
get across the rooftops without falling due to lag.
It's vital that
Just
we
fall
train
due to our
these
normal
forces
level
for
incompetence at
Prince
platforming
Telemachus
and jumping on
moving
things.
forward on several fronts,
Not
and they will
lag
need every
falls.
man we can put into the field.
Only the finest, most bespoke of falling because I'm bad. Oh wait, that was a chest. This is fine. The funny thing is, Wayloon used to be one of the worst offenders for Dungeon Alert lag. Not for this run,
A strange mist
but
envelops
for the next run that we'll be doing between the quest we're going to and the one after that. Why is there a spell?
The world around you has changed. I know dealing with the Shadok presents certain challenges. Yet they control the Shadowfell in this area, and this environment makes them an essential part of our You have been blessed by Shah. We must stand together against the
There we
light.
Easy enough. Alright, now we're up to purple alert. Okay, good. It's gotten back down. We're just gonna have to trust that the 4 people who are outside can survive in the wilderness, and that those of us inside can just progress with I was gonna say the 2 of us, but now there are 3 of us.
The shade vanishes back into its tower retreat. You might learn how to reach the general by questing.
Okay. We're out of phase. Thing is, while out of phase, you can't deal damage. You can still land spells, though. You can land crowd control.
An angry figure leaps from the bed, furious at being disturbed.
Why are you not dead? Thank you. So we're having lag, but it's a little bit more consistent lag. Instead of huge spikes, it's just like consistent. Hey, all your spells are going off 1 second later. Which is not ideal, but it's better than the big, like, 1 minute spikes. Oh, disciple, priest of Shar, dead. Hooray! Just gonna cast this just in case of lag.
Blocks the way. This must be the gate that the recruiter spoke of.
Okay, alright, we're good.
Groans against metal in the
Got it.
distance as the gate to the Shade's tower opens.
Polar Ray continues to be effective. Excellent. We'll jump, so that we're less likely to fall through the bridge if we lag a bit. And we managed to get across, so that's all good too. I'm still not sure what exactly I'm doing with this build once I get to cap. Okay. Go. Drop a little bit of AoE behind us. Mage gets blown up.
Frigid mist drifts out of a dark and foreboding
You know what?
mirror. This must lead to the Shade's
We're gonna kill these guys just to be spiteful. And not just to be spiteful. It's also kind of a safety measure in case someone else walked too close and got us a dungeon alert when we're actually trying to fight the boss.
You are just as dumb.
Because dungeon alerts while fighting bosses can be pretty annoying. Particularly high level ones. Because if you've got like red or god forbid purple dungeon alert and you are fighting the boss, you don't do any damage. They get ridiculous amounts of defenses.
Discussed grand strategy with a mere foot soldier. So why don't we skip to the part you do understand? The fighting.
The Shade breaks off his attack.
All things that walk the Shadowfell serve, as do the things that grow.
This is not what my build is good at. No, I suppose it's better than most other sorcerers, but it's still not going to be like an inquisitive who can be like, yeah, solo target. That's like my jam. That's what I do. And again, we get some lag as the quest ends, but we're not too concerned about quest ending lag.
There are others.
Before you can question him further,
We only have
the
2 quests
general
left.
slips into shadow forever.
We have Thrill, and we have Mirror. And well, certain words feel weird to pronounce because I know there are multiple ways of doing it, and I don't even know which one is correct. In this case, I'm talking about mirror. Is it mirror? Mirror? Mirror definitely sounds wrong. Mirror sounds better. But there's also the, like, one syllable version, which is mirror. Like, someone's been wandering off and you need them to be closer, and you're like, hey, mirror. In we go.
Fresh corpses line the walls.
What's a mirror?
Wayloon prisoners.
Big city word for reversifying glass.
Says the Netherese wizard.
He's become unpredictable even for a Shadar Kai.
Alright, one person dropped. I think the person who dropped was one who asked which one we were on.
In danger.
My guess is that he was a late joiner to the other Wayloon party, and he joined this one to get the first half that he missed. Which is really a pretty common thing to do. I do it myself. Okay, it's just fatigue. I saw that I had a bad wild magic surge, and it's just like, well, might as well get it with a buff.
You discover a key while searching the desk.
Here, stand to that AoE and die, please. Thank you. Which is another great use for crowd control. It's not just defensive, it's offensive if you have persistent AoEs. Let's hold them still so they can get punched. We're acting as the bully's smaller friend.
Dresses a terrified prisoner.
Oh no, the other way around. It is the... We're acting as the physical bully to go along with the psychological bully. We're the bruiser, or the muscle, you know, the brawn part of the brains and brawn bully squad.
The poor captive from being mauled.
Well, technically, we are both parts. Because we are both doing the holding and the punching. Because sometimes you can't rely on other people. Sometimes you just gotta do everything yourself and never ask for help and never show weakness and basically be raised male. That's just how that works. But sometimes you don't have to do things that way. And you can accept help from people and live a full and healthy life, learning to both depend on people and have them depend on you in turn, because, you know, sometimes you don't want to do everything yourself, and different people are good at different things. Specialization of labor isn't just for the production and the job force, it's for you too and all of your friends. You got the one who can do cars, you got the one who can cook, you've got the one who can sew. Just basically put together a friends group like you're making the Avengers for your eventual retreat into a commune where you have to do everything yourselves. So you just gotta grab the right people so you've got all your bases covered. Or, you know, just be friends with people who you click with and get along with. But it doesn't hurt to have, you know, to have a guy for that. Or girl for that. Whatever that is. And we're out of phase. Toss me heal. Did someone grab the key? Red name should have had the key.
The door is locked. One of the Shadar Kai who guard this area must have the key.
Twitch is back. Yeah, I got it back after messing with it for about 12 minutes.
Stands before another prisoner trapped in a cage.
I restarted the stream again. I think the first time I restarted it, I turned it back on too quickly. So it thought that just like my internet had blinked, not that I had restarted the stream.
Exquisite.
Karleth moves to attack, his face a twisted mixture of rage and joy.
That hurts a decent amount. And we are helpless.
He's killing the prisoner.
And will remain so for a while. And our disco ball wore off. Alright. We're no longer helpless. Excellent.
You've saved the captive from Karleth's deadly devices.
Someone actually blessed the chest. Technically, I can also bless chests, but it's a super long cast. You gotta blow on it to get the dust out, like in N64 games. I've been told that blowing supposedly doesn't help, like they tested it. But my anecdotal evidence growing up with the Nintendo at my grandma's place, not N64, Nintendo, because I guess I'm just old like that, was blowing did seem to help, although maybe it was just the taking it out and putting it back in, and the blowing was completely unrelated. Oh, well that's new. I did not know that the spikes here counted as a ledge that you could grab and climb up on. It doesn't seem like that's how spikes would work, but hey, sometimes you just gotta model things differently than how they are in the real world. Alright, let's get our mirror out. Wait, or is that already? Oh, that already is. Ah. Okay.
Within the glass of the small mirror, you see a strange, shadowy reflection of the room.
We're going right because right is the way that I know the route for.
You are pulled into the Shadowfell.
I can kind of reverse engineer, like, figure it out-ish on the left, but I don't, like, actually know it. So here we go. Shouldn't have done it in that order, but it'll work out.
Resonates with magic. You should gather any more to find.
Okay, so we grab that one. Go all the way to the end.
A barrier of magical shadows blocks this doorway. There has to be another way around it. An aura of magic emanates from the light hole. You should gather any more to find.
Oh, another Reaper? We're lagging. We're rubber banding, we're lagging, there's a Famine Reaper. But when we first saw the lag, we threw a mass hold, and the mass hold did go off. You've been streaming Elder Scrolls PvP this past week or so. Almost to affiliate. Nice. The funny thing is, if I were trying to get affiliate again, I wouldn't get it.
This door
It has
been blocked
been
off.
a long time since I met the requirements for affiliate.
She seems to have been expecting you.
Specifically, what I'm missing is the average viewers. I do not average 3 viewers most of the time. Definitely not over the course of a month. Where's the Fear Reaper? There you are. You get to go away. Your average is 2. Yeah, it can be rough to figure that sort of thing out.
Before you can deliver the final blow, Oralace deliberately falls on her dagger. The assassin was too proud to
I've been
accept
thinking of
defeat
what I
by
need to do
one.
differently, because I got affiliate, I think, during one of the COVID years. And, I mean, then there was probably like 2 years or so in the middle there that I didn't stream. So, it's not like I've been at it continuously, but essentially I'm doing a lot of things wrong to be this far behind, or to have not, like I'm not trying to, like, grow and be huge, but some level of sustained growth, or at least maintaining, would be nice. Which means I need to do a couple things. One of the main things I need to do is I need to have clearer marketing / branding. And I don't mean that, you know, I need to have sponsorships. I mean that if people show up to the stream, I need something more, a little more memorable than, oh yeah, there was a dude there playing games. Because there are a billion of those. And if someone's just flipping channels, then they're never going to remember who I was. Because there are 3 steps to this, and I'm doing badly at all 3 of them. Step 1, get someone to your stream. And this includes things like being more active on social media, doing things with thumbnails, doing things with thumbnails, titles, all that sort of thing. Get someone to show up to the stream at some point. Step 2. Get someone, once they are in the stream, to stay, at least for a little bit. So, you know, this is a part that I do okay at. This is your general quality question, which is, okay, are you entertaining? Are you entertaining enough that if someone ends up on your stream, they'll hang out for a bit? But it's also, hey now. But it's also things like, as with anything, you have the pluses and the minuses. So not only do you need to be interesting, but you also need to avoid chasing people away. And I'll use myself as a viewer in this case. Like, one thing that will make me leave a stream basically immediately if I click on it is really bad audio. Like, really distorted, like fishbowl sort of audio. Streams are often second monitor content for me, so I'm more listening than watching. So if someone's audio is really bad, I'm gone immediately. So I try to keep mine decent. Speaking of which, where did my background music go?
Well played. The Shade applauds. You've certainly done a better job of damaging my operation than this fool of a cat burglar. I
it was just in a transition between songs.
Destroy you. sorcery allows me to exist in both light and shadow at once. You can easily deal and continue to maintain the Shadowburn Nexus at the same time.
Only 9k? Come on, give me that big crit.
Breaking his hold over Orifon.
Alright.
Orifon quickly mutters
Oh, and of course
phrase over the scroll.
So yeah, step one,
destroying
get someone
connection between
to
the stone
see your
wall
content,
and the shadow
which
fountain.
is basically the discoverability step. Step two is the quality step. It's like, if someone clicks on your thing, is it good enough that they might stick around? Like, and obviously, this isn't for everyone. Sometimes you're just the wrong genre, and that's no big deal. They're not into what you're doing, that's fine. But you want to be appealing to the people who are interested in the type of thing you're doing. So, in this case, if we're on DDO, it's people who have an interest in DDO specifically, MMOs in general, older games in general, complex systems. These sorts of things are things people might be interested in. So that's the quality step. I'm doing very bad at the discoverability step. I'm doing pretty bad at the quality step. And then there's the third piece, and the third step is, okay, so they clicked on your stream, they hung around for a bit, so at least they got a general idea of who you are and what you're doing. Ah, I see, yes. You have at least a couple people who come by from networking. Networking is another thing I am terrible at. But onward to step three. Step three is getting them to come back a second time. Because, again, I'll use myself as an example here of, on the viewer side of things, there are a decent number of streamers who I clicked on their stream, they seem decent enough, and I hung out for a while, and then, they were okay, but they're not, they didn't appeal to me specifically enough for me to follow or come back. So, those are the 3 steps. Step 3 is also tricky, but I really needed to put a little bit more focus on steps 1 and 2. Step 1, discoverability. This means actually being active on social media. It means networking. It means all sorts of things. Well, no, networking I think is more step 2. Step 1 is putting what you're doing, what you're making, whether that's streaming or long-form content or whatnot, putting that in front of people, as many people as you can, to see which ones like it. And then, some of them won't like it because you're bad at it, and some of them won't like it just because it's the wrong genre. And for those, that's no big deal. But if you're trying to make the best apple pie, and you present it to 10 self-professed fans of apple pie, and none of them like it, then you don't have a genre problem, you have a quality problem. So, yeah, so you have to do something decent so that people will stick around, and then you get the extra bonus step of, okay, well now that they stuck around a bit, how do you get them to come back again? Oh, I just turned that in, that's why that has nothing done. Okay, so we're going to turn in our sagas. Oh, and there we go. We are capped. So yeah, I'm doing bad at all of these steps. Mostly, I know a lot of people networking AK out. Not really. Clout is more like fame and influence. Networking in some cases is just informative. For example, I know a lot of people... Well, let me rephrase this. I know that some people will attempt to bootstrap themselves because this is how things work. There's a sort of a rich get richer sort of thing. where, especially in smaller gaming spaces, obviously this doesn't work if you're trying to do like League of Legends or Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, like anything that's like big name or like people have like thousands upon thousands of viewers. This doesn't matter. But if you're doing smaller communities and you just have a general circle of friends who you can be like, hey, can you just tune into my stream even if you're like on mute or something? And what that does, if you say you've got a half dozen people willing to do that, just, ask your mom to do it, or these sorts of things. People who might not be interested in your content, but who on a social level. And what that does is that takes you from the bottom of the list to maybe 6 average viewers gets you into the top 8 of whatever little indie game you're in. And now that's a huge bump to visibility. So that's a way to bootstrap it. It's not like view botting. It's just like these people are here to support you because they like you as a person, even if they're not into the specific thing that you're doing for your stream. But that gets you sort of past that hump of the discoverability piece, and then you're stuck on step 2, which is be doing something interesting enough, or be interesting enough, depending on how much of your stream relies on your own personal personality, and that people will like it and hang out. So, and then hopefully you get people to come back, and that's a mixture of quality of content and social networking and community building skills. I have never had enough people around to have what I would call a community. There isn't a group of people here who like all know each other and hang out. Mostly because, when average viewers are 2-ish, that's just not a thing that happens. But I'm trying to do a little bit more on that by maybe fixing my branding a little bit to not just be generic internet guy. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to go about doing that, but maybe. I also need to look into whether or not I want to actually try to tap my general social networks, which I'm also bad at, to maybe do a bit of that bootstrapping side of things. Which you'd think I wouldn't have to do after doing this for years, literally, but if I've never done it right before, maybe it's about time that I started doing things correctly. So let's see. So what was I going to grab here anyway? Like I could grab Epic Mental Toughness for another crit. Inspire Bond, no. Master of the various things, no. Like Master of... Is it Frost or Ice? What does it do? Master of Water? Cold Ray, Snowball Swarm, and Nike's Biting Cold. No. Like, Nike's Biting Cold is the only... Caster level 35, capped at 31 by max caster level. So, Master of Water only gives 4 to the max caster level, because it's not that hard capped anymore. No, Snowball Swarm would give a lot too. You also want to do the shared chat stream thing with another streamer. They seem like a cool way to get myself out there to others. I mean, I know that I think the general term of art there is collabs, short for collaborations. That sort of requires, well, one of two things, depending on the relative size of the two streamers. Either one, it is a larger streamer helping a smaller one out, usually because they're just kind of on good terms and they're friends in general, and they don't give a shit about their numbers. It's like, yeah, I average 100 and they average 10, but we like each other, so we're gonna hang out, and if some of my people like them, then cool. Or it's a Or it's just a cross-pollination thing. If you're similar sizes, it's just like, all right, so I've got these viewers, you've got these viewers. We both do similar things, maybe, and now instead of us each having 10, we'll each have 15, because 5 of mine go to you, 5 of mine go to you, and if we're both live at the same time, then they choose which one they're in the mood for that day, or if one of us is offline, then they go the other way. Oh, there's a well-known ESO PvP streamer who said he'd be down to do everything. Nice. Very cool. Like, the closest I've come to that is, like, when Axel invited me to be on the podcast. I've seen, See, here's the thing of how bad I am at networking. Like, Axel and Tavern Tales, I would say each raid me probably about once a month, which is very frequent given how infrequently I stream DDO. I barely talk to either of them. Like, I'm on Axel's server, but I haven't gotten to, like, know him any. And that is on me, just being bad at socializing in general. Not, like, clout chasing. I mean, in this case, I guess you could technically classify it if the motivation behind it were, like, streaming success. But, I mean, I liked being on, like, the podcast and talking about DDO. It was a good time. I should do it more. I opted out of getting on the last one because the main topic was Lamordia, and I have not bought or played Lamordia. So when Axel was looking like, hey, who wants to be on the podcast? I was like, I don't have anything to say on this one, so I'll be stepping out. Yeah, no, I know that you can do the built-in collaboration thing, but generally speaking, that's going to be planned. Or it has to be something that you know the person well enough. Like, okay, oh yeah, we're already friends. Like, if I randomly got the notification that, you have the little button to, like, knock or whatnot and say, hey, they want to stream with you. And if I get that from some random person, that we hadn't talked about it beforehand, yeah, that's going to be a no. It's like, who are you? Why are you here? Obviously, I got like 2 different people, like big streamers in my DMs who want to work with me. Pretty sure they're bots. They act like bots. They're almost 100% sure bots that are using, like, the names of other streamers. But oh yeah, so we're not going to get Master of Water. We're not going to get Patience. We're not going to get Ruin or Watchful Eye. So what are we going to get? All right, let me open up the builder, see if I can actually see what feat I took, if I'm missing something important. But yes, so the streamer or content creator in general networking process is something that I am not good at, and I believe that is in a large part due to, well, not being good at networking in general. So why would I be good at it here specifically? Okay, so in this lineup, I had Intensify Spell, which, I already took Intensify Spell before. Intensify, Wellspring, Burst of Glacial Wrath, Epic Spell Focus. Did I never get Greater Spell Focus? Alright, so obviously we have to do Plane of Water here for the Scion. Proficiencies, range feats, skill feats. I never got greater spell focus. Oops. Do I want greater spell focus over one of these epic feats? Like, I'm not going to be hitting that. Blinding speed's not useful. Defensive total, no. I could grab Embolden. No. I know why. So if I get greater spell focus. Yeah, okay. I've messed up my build by not getting greater spell focus earlier, but we'll do it now.
Something strange has been sighted off the coast of Stonebridge. The mysterious Isle of
Advance to the next level. Destiny
The
feeds.
gatekeeper in Stormreach Harbor to learn more about this
More
island
epic
and
spell
the source of
power.
danger.
Positive this time. More charisma. Now we can get epic spell focus. Application. And now for the destiny feat, we can grab spell specialty enchantment. So because I messed up my build, I'm down 5 spell crit damage from where I could be. I'm thinking of doing an SSF run in DDO for life, just using what you pick up while leveling. It's pretty decent. Could be a cool idea. Alright, so for Magus, one there. Negative healing amp and arcane pulse. No. Maximize empower. Yes. And I guess we'll get null magic protection. Mainly out of laziness. You don't want to gear Tetris. I mean, it's similar to a first life run. I know Axel's been doing a whole series on YouTube with first life stuff. Plus 6. What can I do? Fear spell DCs. Am I going to apply for the DDO content creator program? See, this is one of those things that if I were actually on top of things, I would already know that that's a thing. Actually, I'd kind of heard about it before, but it never seemed like I was large enough for it to be a thing. Like, let's be real here. I don't have a large audience here. I don't see why any company would bother paying attention to me. Just because that's what the numbers say. The numbers say I do not deserve their attention. Okay, I have 4 points left, which means I cannot get this, which is unfortunate. Unless I cut a bunch of stuff out of here. If I bring this down to 24, I get 6 points, 10 points. So I can get this if I drop a lot of stuff out of here. Just if my maximize is... Actually, it's new, so maybe they're more lax in the beginning for requirements. Alright, I'll look into it. But what are we doing? Necromancy, transmutation, conjuration, evocation. What did I grab here? Evocation. So if I reset this tree, I'll need to see what all it actually means. Because there is the whole thing, like, they used to have, what was it, like the player council? And I don't know, I don't know if I'm involved enough for all that. Alright, so I need 3 more. 1 there. 2 there, because we're going to get our evocation over here. And then over here, now we're going to use this for evocation. Now we need 6 more. And there's not a lot here that's good. Like, we're just going to grab some generic defenses, I guess. I have 3 points left. Which means we can do better magics, better metamagics, not useful. Very nice, because I do have Wellspring. The requirements look a bit stringent at first glance, but much like I'm doing for our SWE job. Software engineer, right, got it. Yeah, I mean, I might as well throw my hat in the ring. So, I think the funny thing here is, so if we look at this, this is 5 universal spell power and 5 of the chosen element. So this 1 point is worth basically 10 to my element. But think of the points I had to spend to get here. If I can take these out and put them over here, that's way better, because this is 5 universal per. So sure, it's 15 for 3 points instead of 10 for 1 point, but I don't care about this stuff as much. So let's revisit this again. We want ice, right? Yes. Cold spells. We want that element. We want our dragon breath as a fallback. We'll grab that. We want resist bypass. We want... Alright, there's our 11 points. So we also want evocation DC. Actually, no. Close. We want evasion. We want universal spell power. We're not going to have enough points to get T4 over here, so we'll grab our maximize improvement. And now we have 5 points left. We can put them in here for evocation DCs. Now we have 2 points left. Is there anything in here that's useful to us? Like, we're not using staves. We don't care about raging. We don't care about these defenses. We could grab scales. And we can get a frost protection shield for 2, which I don't really care about. We can get... Dragon Breath will do this. We don't care about that much either. We can come over here. We can get some extra health. Or we can get cheaper Quicken. Cheaper Empower. Speaking of which, how low is this? Down to 31. So Polar Ray, 17, with no meta magics. And with full meta magics, 31. Not even double. When it should be plus 25, plus 15 is 40, plus 10 is 50, 65. So instead of 85, it's 31. Alright, so where are we putting our last 2 points? Nature's Blessing is decent. Is there anything else in here that we want? Like, we can get Spell Pen, but that doesn't actually help us. Screw it. We'll take the health. Alright, this does mean we need to turn back on all of our Destiny stuff. Cast to level 52, max 113. Yeah, well, it's not very good, so it doesn't matter. And let's see, what else do we have? Alright, so we have Time Stop. We need to put Time Stop on our bars somewhere. I don't think we care about Wild Strike anymore. We're just going to make that go away. We have 0 Degree Comet. We need that to go somewhere. What is this? Is that Cone of Cold? Yeah, okay. That gets to go away. We have Time Stop now. Paralyzed and helpless with no save for 10 seconds. They cannot die in this state, but if they are below 0 when they leave, they die quickly after the effect expires. Am I planning on staying at cap for a while? I have not planned one way or the other, actually, so I don't actually know if I'm planning on staying at cap. One problem is I don't know if I have gear for it, which is where we'll be going after we figure out this side of things, which is our bars. Okay, so now we do have double iceberg. Oh, right, we have no magic aura as well that we need to put out somewhere. We'll stick it here. What exactly does it do again? When activated for 20 seconds, you are immune. Oh, okay. Alright. So, let us look at the bank and see what we can pull out of it. I was like to say, it's like, alright, do I have... Alright, first of all, we have 1 empty inventory slot. So, let's take care of that first, shall we? Perhaps we'll have to work on actually getting a sentient weapon set up for us as well. Which, of course, if I'm going to be bothering setting up a sentient weapon, it means I'm kind of committing to wanting to be at cap for at least a little bit. Because I don't like having to dig through everything to do that. Just because, if I'm going to be jumping in down for a while. And again, I'm not planning on being at cap too long. Because I do have a 3rd life to be done. But we're still going to do what we can to be a little bit better as it stands. So we've got our elders set with a Pomoras in it. So show me level 28 and up. Right. Legendary Shattered Onyx. Yes, we swap that for the normal Shattered Onyx. Alright, it is a Charisma one. That's good. Legendary Black Satin Waist. Yes, we'll put that on for now. I don't know if we're going to keep that, but yeah. Alright, Legendary Orders Garb. Yes. We will put on Legendary Deep Snow for now. Legendary Dusk Lenses, yep, we want those. And a Mirror Cloak. Mirror Cloak is for swaps. For Spell Absorb, obviously. Alright, there it is. Legendary Ether Band. And we'll go Cloak of Winter, because right now we just have a defensive cloak. And Cloak of Winter gives us 2-piece, which has PRR on it, which is good. And then, what else do we want out of here? Do we want Bright Gaze as our artifact? No, we can't have Bright Gaze as our artifact because we have this, this is our set. We don't need the Dragon Eye for our exceptional power and lore, because this has exceptional power and lore, so we don't need that. Bottled Rainstorm, however, this is cold and electric and quenched. So that might be our trinket of choice. So, if you're wondering, where has the dog gone? There are some storms that have started rolling through. So she has abandoned her bed. Oh, I think the mic is actually picking up the thunder. Yes, I know. It's very scary. I know, it's very scary. You'll be fine. I believe in you. Alright. We probably do want a bound elemental ring of acid. We might end up going with like Prince's Gauntlet or something, but Signet, that is... Alright, we're going to put that on for now as our main charisma item. We've got a Greater Topaz in it. Why do we have Sucker Punch, Sanctified Fervor, and Long Shadow in it? So clearly this is when I was on a charisma-based physical damage build. And let's see. What else do we need? Do we have a Charisma Dino Bone Ring? No, that's an Intelligence Dino Bone Ring. That's an uncrafted Dino Bone Ring. I don't have a space to slot that right now between the Legendary Shattered Onyx and the Stolen Signet. Alright, so what slots are open? We need gloves and weapons. So show me hands. Alright, so we have Gloryborn, which is nothing useful to us. We can go Magmatic Grasp, but that's an artifact. And it's also not useful to us. We could craft Dino Bone, or we could go with a Prince's Gauntlet. Like this one, that has Charisma slotted in it, and just call that good. So we could do this, and then grab a Prince's Gauntlet. This one? Yeah, this one. Which is more than a little scuffed. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta make do with what you got. And so let's see. So we have baseline 12 charisma instead of 15, I think we would get from a Dino Bone. And then we've got insightful charisma and quality and artifact and festive. Did I have festive in one of these? No, I had festive in something else that I didn't end up slotting. Okay, and weapons. And where were we? Oh, yes. So we're trying to find a weapon. Note, we have no bank characters. Which means what you see is what you get as far as our weapon choices. So am I going to have to go get a... Wait. Legendary Freezing Longsword of the Fallen Age. That might be our winner. It's got Glaciation and Ice Lore on it. Whew. Actually, and it's also got quality on it, so... The funny thing is we do have Wave. So we could just straight up use Echo of Wave. It's not the upgraded one. So it doesn't give us spell levels or anything. But it might be our best option, which is kind of funny. Because we've got this to cover insightful and quality spell power. And then we just put on Wave and be like, okay, here we go. We're fine. That gives us our Cold and Lightning primary. Which might mean we want to change our epic things a bit. It is kind of funny that I have had this sitting in my bank for so long, and then just it's like, all right, well, what's the best thing we can do? Apparently, Legendary Echo of Wave is the best we've got at the moment. Well, I take that back. What is this? It's 142, whereas the longsword is 156. So yeah, 156, 23. And yeah, so technically this is 2 less crit. and 14 less spell power. But on the other side of that, this gives me lightning as well, and I don't have anything for lightning. Not that I do much lightning. Is it just thunder snow? It's pretty much just thunder snow, so I don't really care about lightning that much. So I might be better off with the freezing longsword and just even the, not the fusible ones, but the epic scepter of magnetism. Which is where? Where has it gone? Epic glaciation, fusible corrosion, epic magnetism. That might be our best bet. Maybe if I had upgraded the Echo of Wave to Reflection of Wave. I don't have enough Schism Shards to do it. Let me just double check what Reflection of Wave does. Let's see. So it has a little bit more power on it. Ah, I see, I see. It gives... Alright, so Wave would be better if I had the what? If I had the upgrade. Actually, do I have Schism Shards? I don't think I do. I have 1 Schism Shard. And I would need 5. So, not going to get that. But yes, if I had upgraded it, I would get 50 exceptional cold power and 5 exceptional crit damage for cold. Which would make it worth it. But as it stands, the only real thing Wave has going for it over this setup is it's better for the lightning part, and it has the legendary Cerulean Wave proc on it. And I don't know how often that procs. Maybe I can try swapping between these two and seeing if the proc rate is high enough that I care. Obviously, if I want to be actually effective, I will need to make one of these sentient. Because Frozen Wanderer set is like 2 pieces, 5% cold spell crit. 4 pieces, 50 cold spell power. It's significant. It is very strong. You know, while we're here, let's feed our sentience, and we're talking about sentient stuff. Envenom Blade goes away. First Blood goes away. Giant's Fist goes away. Ironwood Kopesh. Basically, if it's not Reaper bonused, it's going away. Well, for the random stuff we've gotten. Focal Point? No. Shield of Mourning? No. Templar's Bastions should both go... Yeah. They're both mythic, and they're both equally food. Wizard's Ward. Gone. I guess I could look for shield slots. We can wear Colossus. Orb of Frost. Not useful. Legendary Azure Buckler is not that important, no. Obviously, I could upgrade a Windswept Buckler all the way, probably, for my insightful thing, and then I could do something else with my ring, but maybe not. Stygian Wrath is, yeah, nullification. Sinister Chill, negative poison or cold. So more temporary spell point proc on it, but it doesn't actually have cold spell power on it, so we don't care. Yeah. Yeah, nothing here that we care about. Okay, Belt of Whirling Blades. We might keep that. Belt of Blue Abshai, might keep it. Might keep it. What are these? Insightful Deception, Insightful Hide, Blue Sign. No. Just the stat allocations on that. I mean, I don't care about them. Shadow Sprinters. Same thing. Right, what do we have? We have an Ancient Band. No. One of these is low level. It's that one. Diablo String, we're going to keep it because we don't know what else we would do with it. Dust Cleanses. Go in there. Glorious Dawn. We got 2 of them. Do we want to keep either of them? No. It is hard to keep her in frame when she's moving around and not in her bed. The stats from Filigree all stack with each other, right? Yes. Yes, they do. They're all unique. The only thing that doesn't stack is if you put 2 of the same exact Filigree in the same item. So, like, I couldn't, for example, put 3 Crackshot Negotiator ranged powers. 1, 2, 3. Like, these need to be distinct from each other. But I could put 1 here and 1 in an artifact. But this has ranged power on it, and this has ranged power on it. So this plus 3 ranged power and that plus 3 ranged power will stack with each other. Oh look, a golden guile. Iron beads. Nice, yes. Pearl of Power. Pretty sure that's been power crept a ridiculous amount. Planar focuses have also been power crept a ton. Poison Clasp goes away. Prisoner's Manacles, likewise, just not worth keeping around anymore. We will keep that just in case. And we'll toss the +5 int tome in the bank. Oh, Class Portable Hull also goes in the bank. So, okay, so we fed this a bunch. It's still, it's getting closer. 190 out of 210. But okay, let's take a quick look at our stats now that we've shifted some stuff around. So, spell powers. 971 cold with 65% crit and 80% crit damage. So, not great, but still decent. And then we only have 78 charisma. Wow, that's really quite bad. Alright, show me weapons. I'm looking for a sentient one. Okay, so I can grab... Let's see, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots in it. Do the toolkits go in the augment bags? They should. That would make sense if they did. I only have 7. Whew. Which means if I want to make this sentient, I'll use them all. Okay, why not? They are relatively cheap. I've got a bunch of DDO points. So we will grab out our Epic Storm. And we will take these out. Right, and then we need to take this off, drop it here, put that in it, and then we need to figure out what our actual layout is going to be. What the actual layout is going to be for our stuff. So we're going to have 8. Because we've got 5 there. We've got 3 here. So first things first, let's find our charismas. I know I've got them here somewhere. Okay, so we've got these. And this one, yeah, this had voltaic experiment, or voltaic experiment, whatever. So, where's our sword? There's our sword. So this is to Helen Bracken based by charisma. These are 2 charisma a pop. One goes in there. One goes in there. Okay. Now, the problem is, what I don't know is where the hell my others are, because... Okay, so they're not in there. Because there's another raid filigree, which is with Sanctified Fervor. And I think we just saw it in a ring here, right? Yeah, and my Stolen Signet. Oh no, that's one against many. There it is, Sanctified Fervor, Reverberation, Charisma. And then Long Shadow. So we're going to come here. Where's our Sentient Toolkit? Our last one. And that one is going to go into our sword. And then I think we're just going to try to go in on our Frozen Wanderer stuff, because I don't want to forget about that. Frozen Wanderer, Charisma. Cold Spell Power. Okay, so this is all of our Frozen Wanderer. So let's see here. We have some rare charismas. Yes, Liesel, what is it? Can I help you? We got some cold spell powers. So we're going to take a rare charisma, and a cold spell power. And then we're going to do this. And we're going to take cold spell power, the rare charisma. We're going to have you gather again. All right, so now we can put the gauntlets on. And then on the sword, we have one slot left. So we have 4 Frozen Wanderer. We have if we put this on, we don't really care about Hell and Back or Sanctified Fervor. Reverberation doesn't help us, and Embraced by Light also doesn't help us. So we're just looking for a single cold spell power. All right, Elemental Avatar it is. Oh, right, yes. Sorry. Gotta take it off first. Okay. Gather. Gather. Okay. Everything is fine. This is ideal. You might not like it, but this is what the ideal weapon looks like. 2 random raid filigrees for charisma, then 2 Frozen Wanderers, and an Elemental Avatar. It's not great. But, you know, we're just kind of putting some stuff together. It was better than leaving it not sentient at all. So, now if we want to recheck, alright, now we're up to 86 charisma, which is still pretty bad for endgame on a charisma-based caster. Now, granted, we're leaving a lot in the bag by not getting our full sentience and not digging through all of our other stuff to find our other raid filigree that would raise this even higher. But it'll do. It's not great, but it'll do. And then we look at our spell powers. Now we have a slightly more respectable cold spell power of 1050, and we have 70% chance to crit with it. So, all in all, fairly decent. We are going to take a quick AFK/ad break here. Because Liesel needs attention. If you haven't been able to tell. She's very insistent that she needs some attention because of the thunderstorm. So we're going to give her some attention due to the thunderstorm, and we will return in a couple minutes. So please feel free to take this opportunity to likewise get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, all that good stuff. I will see you on the other side. Okay, Liesel. Come on. Yes, I know. I know. It's very scary. It's very scary. Okay. We have returned. Liesel has chosen that she would like to relax in the recliner in the living room instead. So we are not going to try to force her to come back in here. That said, here we are. And wherever you go, there you are. Actually, let's take a quick look at belts. Because this has quality to quality spell focus, and this has quality spell focus, so this has quality charisma on it. Now, if we had something else here that had no. Okay. Bold Brilliance would be kind of cool, but and our defenses are not ideal. Like, could be worse, but could certainly be better as well. Interesting. So I'm going to walk out into the wilderness, just test out my new spells and new spell power a little bit. Oh, wait. There we go. What is this? Alright, nothing over here helps me any. So we just put it here for the extra health. Alright, so we got an extra 4 universal spell power and 200 spell points. What's our dodge like anyway? 30%. Well, 23. But that plus 7 means that this 9 fills it up. So we should have like 32 dodge in Reaper, which is not bad. Okay. Let's see. Okay. $15K. $43K. $52K. Moonlance. Presumably that is this upgrade. That she had 0 or less spell resistance, and so she took 1d12 plus 16 instead of what is it before? Yeah, so it goes from, on average, so that's 4.5 plus 8, which is 12.5. So it goes to 22.5 from 12.5. So not quite doubled. Okay. Yeah. Just straight up 50K. So I'm going to need to change up my rotation a little bit. Oh, what's this one? Oh, Evergreen, yeah. Nice, yeah. So that's 52. Okay, so against stuff that doesn't have spell resistance, my Epic Strike now does more than my 0 Degree Comet and Iceberg. Oh, right. I should try to spike a number even higher. Let's go find something. You guys are something. You'll do. Come here. Nothing. Yeah, 78. So what's the cooldown? 5 minutes? Yeah, epic moment. Alright, so 20k non-crit. Oh, that was on quite the delay. Getting some lag here. But yeah, that hits pretty hard. Not like some people have with adrenaline crits and like the millions, but you know, not bad. Sharn R1 plus. Your party appears to be full. Yeah. And all of them are in, and I don't think I recognize any of those names as hirelings. Yeah, that's what I thought. Party is full. Which means what we can do is we can look for patrons. Do we have Coin Lords done yet? No. Which means we can go do Coin Lords things. Not the low-level Coin Lord stuff, obviously. We want to go to Evening Star Caverns, and then from there, we can get to our airship. Grab our buffs, and we can take me to the marketplace. And we can look at our patron list and be like, okay, the Coin Lords, Eyes of Stone, Framework, Diplomatic Impunity. So we're gonna go and do that set of Lord's March stuff. Because we did do Siegebreaker and Undermine. So we did Lord's March 2 in Heroics, but we didn't do Lord's March 1. So we'll go do Lord's March 1. I guess we're going to set it on R4 just to see if we can. And see what happens with that. Like, we have okay gear. We have some sentience in our weapons. We've got some defenses. R4 is probably doable if we don't get lag. And if we do get lag, then we die. And that's just how it's going to be. So, we need to remember to just crowd control, then hit him with the Gloom Spear, and call it good. That's basically how that whole process is going to go. Okay, buffs, buffs, buffs. I'm going to swap these around. And this is one of those quests where you really would prefer having a bunch of move speed, because there's a lot of running in this quest. Not as much as there could be if we didn't have Dimension Door, but still a lot of running. So now that we're in Reaper, what are we sitting at self-buffed in Reaper? Just barely over 1100. Oh, that is a Famine Reaper. So you might be thinking it's like 20k, but you just did 20k. Except we're in R4. And it still did 20k. So, still decent. Now granted, it did 20k to a held target, so it had helplessness damage. But, you know, they can't all be giant crits. Lots of them be giant crits, because we have 70% crit chance.
The cavern ahead reeks of feline occupation. This must be where the panthers make their den.
Oh, I hit heal instead of mass hold. That does make it less effective. It's like, wait, are there any... It's like, I'm just looking around very carefully for reapers, because as soon as a reaper sees me, all the cats see me, and if all the cats see me, I probably die.
The canopy gives way to a shrub-filled clearing. From the southwest comes the tang of salty sea air.
Okay, so we made it here only fighting 2 things.
As the salty tang in the air grows stronger, you notice a bamboo bridge crossing the ravine. Perhaps it leads back towards Henrita's camp. The presence of the Droams. You must warn Henrita of the danger to Stormreach. With luck, you can make it back to camp without encountering any Droam forces.
Yep. And we'll redo our short-term buffs, because they only had 30 seconds on them. Well, not rage. I always count rage as a short-term buff, because it is. God, this stuff hurts. Now, if it could just stop saving everything, I would appreciate it. Yeah, so this is the major downside. Is this whole, it's like, well, if I can't crowd control it, I just kind of die. As you saw, because this stuff, like, when it walks up and melees me for like 400. So, if there's a group of 4 of them, I die in 2 rounds of melees. Now, why these guys charged me immediately when I left the cave, even though I had cast invisibility, I don't know. That is a little concerning. So yeah, odds of me actually killing the boss here are very, very small, just because of how little defenses I have. He's just going to chase me down and beat me to death, and there's not really anything I can do about it. It's like, okay, sure, I've got 33% dodge chance. And I've only got 2400 health. It's not good enough. I don't do that much damage. Because we're going to look at his health once we get there. Alright, can we get by with invisibility? This appears to be no. And now we're fatigued. Because we had a magic surge say we should be fatigued. Wait, why did that, like, hit but not hit? Okay. So I guess we'll just fight these. Yeah, so apparently all this stuff just has way too high saves for me. Like, what is the save on this? Yeah, 93. Not good enough. I need my DCs to be way higher.
Ruins rest on the plateau above.
Wait, do I have nothing that gives me generic?
Tents and banners around them are not.
Let's see. This gives enchantment focus and illusion focus. I don't think I have baseline evocation focus, which is a little problematic to not have. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's... Like, I've got profane, I've got quality, but I don't have insightful or baseline. So my DCs are very low. But we kind of knew that we would come in with, let's just call it suboptimal gear. What I didn't expect was the iceberg saves. Because for some reason, I thought iceberg didn't have a save. And not only that, but it's a reflex save, which means if they have evasion, iceberg does no damage. 0 damage. So for some reason I thought as a cold caster, I wouldn't have to deal with the same DC problems that I would on a fire caster. And I was wrong about that. So, yeah. That's another major problem with our gear setup.
Soldiers of Droam, stand down. The war captain wishes to parley
Which
with
I
the
can
intruders.
I might be able to swap out a cloak that will resolve a big part of that issue. Okay, so buffs back up. Fire shield up. This up. This up. So immediately getting hit by the wild magic surge that just straight up says, "Oh, you're frozen in stone. Get wrecked, nerd." You know, not ideal. What? Again. Yeah, I got really, really unlucky on my surges there. Getting frozen in stone and then stuck in place in the same fight is rough. Alright, we can probably finish it with our Gibber's Blade and then like die. But yeah, it's really rough to get frozen in place in that situation.
With Ilos Rolf dead, any hope of avoiding war with Droam has vanished. Their invasion of Zendrik will be slowed. Enough, perhaps, to give Stormreach time to prepare for war.
For some reason I thought he didn't see me, but it doesn't matter. So we don't get to loot. But we did get our favor, which is what we were going for. We discovered that R4 was actually doable if we didn't get very, very unlucky on our surges. Because I even managed to Harper pin my way out of the first one. And then it's just like, nope, get rooted. It's like, okay, that's not ideal. But yeah, but also just how hard they hit is a problem. Like, getting hit smack for 300 or 400 when there are multiples. And obviously, it wouldn't be that big. Oh, actually, speaking of which, you also have Tumble now. That's true, but Tumble isn't... I didn't get any of the feats that make Tumble better. But my main concern actually right now is my DCs. Because if boss is beating me down, fine, I'll deal with it. Not being able to land crowd control most of the time, that's a different issue. Let's see. Still gives dodge. Do dodge cap? It's really short, isn't it, though? Like, a couple frames? Okay, so it looks like I don't have one of my good caster cloaks, which is unfortunate. Because, yeah, that's insightful potency. So I know I have a cloak, which means I have a cloak back on Cannith that's got the, like, 3 insightful, 5 generic to DCs. But because right now, for some reason I thought these covered it, but they don't. They don't cover evocation. So let's look at rings real quick. Celestial Sapphires. Yeah, Lionheart, no. Falls Decay, no. Legendary Katra's Writ. I mean, it does have Charisma on it. Celestial Topaz, no. Bound Elemental. Kraken. Kraken has generic Spell Focus Mastery 5. But it's also an artifact, so I need to swap everything around. And then belts. No, nothing here. And we already looked at these, I think. Yeah, like this has Profane Well-Rounded 3, whereas this has Profane Well-Rounded 2? No, it's Profane Spell Focus 2. Wait, so this gives me 3 quality. This gives me 3 profane. Alright, so we're at 86. Still 86. So the intelligence belt is better than mine because the two main things I'm getting from this are the quality spell focus mastery and the quality charisma. Well, I also don't have profane, so the profane and the quality even out, and I already have the quality spell focus mastery from this one. So this is basically 3 to all of my other stats, plus healing amp, plus it has a lunar gem for physical resistance rating. So we gain like 30 physical resistance rating. So yeah, belt upgrade, very helpful actually. And then let's look at feet. Obviously on the internet everyone wants to look at feet. So we can come here, we don't want these, we might want these instead. So we can put on the absorb because actually I don't know if we get freedom of movement elsewhere. How much health do we lose for swapping this? 70. That is more than I expected to lose. Alright, so we're losing... Oh, wait, no. So that's 57. So yeah, it's 4 constitution. So basically, I trade generic health and all for a decent amount of absorbs. But let's check for our lunar gems. Accuracy. Those are both heroic. Alright, so we could get profane healing amp. Because we have a moon slot open. I think I'll keep with our existing ones. Where did I put them? There we go. Okay, well, we switched belts to something better. So that gave us extra health and lots of physical resist rating. So we're still going to drop it down from R4 for these others, though. Also, I do find it amusing that I have enough spell points that it decided, you know what? No. You're not actually going to get full spell points from the restoration thing on the airship anymore. That only gives you like 5k, and you've got 6.5, so you need to hit it more than once. Alright. But yeah, not having just baseline DCs is rough. We'll go down to R2. It'll be fine. We're mostly here for the favor anyway. Where's the wand? Oh, wait. Where's my elder hat now? There it is. Hi. Notice me, senpai. Thank you.
The sound of a warning bell echoes down the streets. More Minotaurs pile out of the nearby buildings to see what's going on.
Wait, where's the caster? Oh, there you are. Okay. Do.
Your gifts are acceptable, says the Minotaur chieftain.
Wait,
But
have
they
I
will
been
not
spotted
be
or
enough to
no?
hire my people as mercenaries. War is expensive.
I have. What do you mean out of range? I don't know what it thought I was targeting, but... Oh, there it is. That's what spotted me.
The chieftain nods sagely. The sound of a warning bell echoes down the streets.
Do you
More
mind?
Minotaurs pile out of the nearby buildings to see what's going on.
Who's just like sitting and spamming the alarm, huh? It's very rude. I'm trying to do other things here. Good news, we have evasion. Hi, would you like to open this door for me? What do you mean, out of range?
The sound of a warning bell echoes down the streets. More Minotaurs pile out of the nearby buildings to see what's going on.
Why are my buttons not working?
The sound
Just
of a
like-
warning bell echoes down the streets. More Minotaurs pile out of the nearby buildings to see what's going on.
Where? Excuse you. Do you mind? Thank you. So I don't know if I'm like getting unlucky or what. I feel like some of this stuff should be hitting harder. Oh well. Let's just check combat. That was a crit, right? Yeah. Only critting for 30 is an R2. Unfortunate. Fortunately, however, this is a relatively easy quest.
Doris is underwhelmed by your performance, grumbling about too much noise and not enough violence.
Which seem like it would be two opposite things. That he wants to have it be quiet, but more violence. But the thing is, you can get the optional either way. Either by just slaughtering a ridiculous number of Minotaurs, or being super stealthy. Either way will get you his approval. So, he doesn't care which way you do it, but he wants you to fully commit to
As arranged.
an
Yet the
approach.
captain of the guard looks worried and agitated.
I wonder if these guys have spell resist, and that's the problem. That's why I'm not doing that much damage. Because I haven't been able to stack up my Shatter Mantle and
The
get
audience
my
chamber is
actual high
strangely
damage.
quiet. There's no trace of the coin lords, and unusual statues stand in the center of the room. Row upon row of bookshelves show that you have found the archives. A nervous woman crouches behind a table at the end of the hall.
The good part about this section is that we can go through it in such a way that we're fighting like one thing at a time. And we're pretty good at killing one thing at a time. Even if that thing is a Fury Reaper. Unless, of course, when I go up and cast Crowd Control on the Reaper, what happens is the Wild Magic casts Crowd Control on me instead. In that case, we don't do as well. I'm going to swap these. Put the crowd control a little bit further away. But I do need to actually keep my Polar Ray closer in for rotation. Okay. Get the strong box.
You find the stone to flesh salve you need inside the strong box.
Where is the salve? There it is. What surge? I had a bad surge over my head. That's why I cast a healing spell when I didn't need to cast a healing spell. Just to proc it. And it did not work. Well, I mean, I guess it did work in that it got the surge off of me, but still. Snake titties. Snitties. And get unstoned. Alright, we don't have true seeing on, so we're just gonna go about this the hard way. Wait, got a chest. Yeah, I really need to figure out a good rotation for when things don't die in like one hit. Because like that, I hit like 3 buttons and he was still alive. Then it was like, what now? Okay. If I'm going to have a wild magic surge that turns me to stone, this is a good time to have it. Because the only other guy I'm fighting was also not able to move. So we're fine with that. Alright. Where's there? Oh, there it is. I was like, wait, where's the dude? There's supposed to be a dude here that I can get unstoned. Bonk. Well, the good news is,
You have freed all of the
as
coin
far
lords from
as
Medusa's curse.
mana efficiency goes, we're doing pretty well. We're not really struggling. We're just going through. We've used up less than 1,000 total spell points so far. Just because of evergreen procs and other things of that nature. So, that's been an advantage so far, at least. Okay, alright. Did we actually pull the lever? We did not. We're not going to bother with the optional, so we're just going to head this way. Any Reapers over there going to disrupt me? No? Okay, good. Just going to head this way then. Did we get spotted? No? Okay, good. As long as we don't get spotted, they don't add the dungeon alert. Alright, we're out of phase. Bonk. Bonk. Oh, I missed. Oh, that's not the button. That's kind of the button. Yeah, it's a little rough if the crowd control doesn't land.
Chamber appears to be some sort of maintenance room.
I'm moving this back. I do want the crowd control on an easier button.
Hestis the Medusa stands before you.
You, I'm gonna need
She
you to
seems
distract her a bit.
unconcerned on the surface, but her snakes hiss and glare in your direction.
Put a dot on you. Wait, what? Why did it not do any damage? Like, I can accept if the answer is, oh, he has evasion, but I want to see him make the save. I want to see the save pop up so I know that it is a deliberate game mechanic and I'm not just getting screwed by random stuff.
Medusa falls, dooming Droam's attack on the palace to failure. You've stopped their plans for now, but the monster nation will surely return to threaten Storm.
It got way easier when I turned it down to R4. Or, down to R2, rather. But yeah, turns out, as expected, Chaos Mage is, or Wild Mage is a lot squishier because you don't have your defense tree. You have your offense tree, you get to hit a lot harder because you get all the spell levels and such, and the spell levels and the crit damage out of the Chaos tree, or the Wild Mage tree. Which one is it called, actually? Yeah, it is called Wild Mage. So we get all the levels and the spell crit and stuff, or crit damage, rather, not just crit. But without the Eldritch Knight tree, very squishy. How are we on our patron? Oh, hey. We can get bag space. We love bag space. Bag space is great. But it's interesting being able to learn all this new stuff because I haven't tried it before. Haven't been Cold Mage or whatnot. One thing I am discovering is, oh right, the SLA versions have super long cooldowns. Which is why I need to actually just move that out. It's like, would I like to have that there? Is like, oh yeah, that's my second iceberg. It's like, yeah, but it's on an 18-second cooldown. I want my short cooldown spells to work into rotation. Because this is what I keep trying to do from what I'd call it muscle memory, even though I haven't played the build before, just because I'm used to doing spell rotations in general, is, oh, I've got 2 of these spells. I'll just hit them back to back, back to back, back to back. And you can't do that, because this is a 6-second cooldown. This is an 18-second cooldown. Although this one, let's see. No, they're capped at the same caster level, right? 34 and 34, yeah. Yeah, they're capped at the same thing. I was about to say maybe one's got a higher caster level, but no. Just no good. I want the polar ray to be so I can actually work it into rotation. 3-second cooldown. Gotta spam it. Oh, speaking of like damage checks, I want to go to Isle of Dread. Because I haven't done it on a caster, but I want to see how fast I can burst down that one dude, the purple named demon, who you can guarantee spawns. Because on some of these stronger inquisitive builds I've run, it's like 20 seconds or less. Like, I can get him within one... I've gotten him within a no-holds-barred duration before. I think that was before the most recent Inquisitive nerf, though. This difficulty doesn't matter, because we're going to use the trick. It's not really much of a trick. It's pretty much intended. Or I'm assuming it's intended. So, if you're ever trying to catch up to a group... Like, they started Isle of Dread, you joined late, they're on, like, Trial of the Triceratops or something, but you haven't done this and you don't have a teleport item. You enter this quest, and you don't need to run through and complete the quest. You enter quest, and then you exit the quest. Boom. You're on the Isle of Dread. And now, you can join up with that group, and you can go back and you can do the traveling to it quest later. But to start with, you can be like, okay, I'm just using this to get onto the island, and after we're on the island, we can come back later. So off we go to fight the big demon thing. Fortunately, we do have immunity stripping, so we've got that going for us. And I don't think he's immune to cold in the first place. I believe he is immune to lightning. But that doesn't hurt our damage too much, since the only thing we have that will do lightning is Thunder Snow. Although now that I think about it, if I was going to be doing a lot of soloing, I should probably have spec'd out of Thundersnow and into one of the other ones. Whether that's Reborn in Fire for the massive heal, and dodge, like temporary dodge. I think you have 25% dodge for like 4 seconds. Or the other one, which is Shard Storm, and Shard Storm gives you a bunch of temporary health. Either one of those is probably going to be more useful to me if I were going to be soloing Reaper stuff than having Thunder Snow, because yeah, I've got enough offensive spells. I don't need Thunder Snow, but I could really use a big defensive button. And I don't know if either of those counts as a big defensive button, but they're pretty hefty, I'll say. We are getting a lot of use out of the temporary health from being in Draconic. So whenever we cast the Frost spell, we get a bunch of temporary health. Obviously, it's not every time we cast. There is an internal cooldown on it, but it's a lot. It is frequent. I probably should have checked to see if the crest is up here before I bothered doing all the platforming. And what do you know? The crest is not up here. It's right there on the ground where I should have seen it. Crest number 1. Now we have to go find crest number 2. Alright, there we go. Crest number 2. And there you can see the temp health I'm talking about. 341. Right. We put our buffs up. Okay. We're gonna go over here. Ready, go. Yeah, you can see that this is significantly slower. And I have gaps in my rotation. Okay, and he's dead. Yeah, we'll call it a minute based on how much time I had left on evasion. But yeah, it's not ideal. It could be better. And that's using time stop so I can land like the double comets and everything too. I wonder how much of that is user error, that I didn't properly load all of my burst damage onto him. Because, like, I don't think I dropped Arcane Tempest on top of him. I think I only cast Night's Biting Cold once. Yeah, and I definitely didn't stack it, so... So yeah, let's try this again. We'll stack our dot. How good is the dot? Well, one thing it has going for it is that it does have, like, it's 1d6 plus 1 per caster level. But the the good thing about it is that it's not like some of the low-level dots that are like caster level 5 and they get capped out real low. This is capped at 34. So, actually, let's just take a quick look. Alright, you, how much does this dot do? Looks like 1500 a tick with a single stack. So, not amazing. Which means it should have been close to like 4 or 5k with triple stacks. But, as I said, I had holes in my rotation. Like, where my Polar Ray, my Epic Strike, and both of my Icebergs were all on cooldown. So, why not fill them with dot refreshes? Like, if I had a really tight rotation and everything was competing for a spot, maybe it would be different. But, as I was complaining, it's just like, I don't have anything to cast right now. It's like, well, that's a me problem of not realizing the things that I do need to cast. I need to be dropping the AoEs on people. I need to be doing a lot of stuff. I have a lot of spells to cast to get this rotation going. It's not an old like Burning Crusade Warlock rotation where you just sacrifice your succubus and then just you hit the Shadow Bolt button. You put up your curse for vulnerability, you sacrifice your succubus, you do everything you can to buff the damage of your Shadow Bolt, and then you spend the next 5 minutes hitting the Shadow Bolt button. No, we have a lot more spells to cast than that. Okay, so we do need to put our buffs back up. All right, snake socket, put that up, and then see, right now I have everything that's on cooldown. Okay, we had 230 on displacement, and alright, so 35-ish seconds. So, much better than before, even with the bad Wild Mage proc in the beginning that turned us into a rat. We can do better, though. Let's give this one more shot. Just the one more. I did save time stop a little bit there because I kind of wanted to get the dot stacked, and then like after I have debuffs and buffs rolling, then hit the time stop for the second rotation of spells. I don't know if that was any good, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Reset, thank you. Alright, last try. This would be way faster if I had ever run Isle of Dread this life, so I could teleport to the camp that's actually closer to him instead of having to run through the wilderness every single time. But that's just how it goes sometimes. The ridiculously loud Foley of some of the bridges, but not others. Like, every time you're on the little, like, bamboo bridges, the hoofbeat noises are significantly louder than running on, like, anything else in the game. And I don't know why that is. It's just something that happens sometimes. I don't know if they did it deliberately, like they think it's that much louder, or if it was a mistake and they don't think it's that much louder, but it just gets messed up in the balance. Who knows? Okay, so where is the crest this time? There it is, it's over there. Alright, so we don't have to parkour our way around this time. We just have to get the one from this side, then get the one from the other side. We've got a very bad magic surge on us, but we have a bunch of buffs to cast, and we have some ads to kill, so it won't really be a big deal. Alright, so we have buffs up. Octopus socket. Okay, so put the socket in, and then before we fight, see, I don't have anything to cast right now. Don't have anything to cast right now. $230. So once again, yeah, takes 30 something seconds. I once again forgot to Arcane Tempest. Oh well. Honestly, not the worst. I've done way worse. Like I've had some like melee builds that were taking over a minute just because I was that unoptimized. Or he did weird things like ran around, which kind of adversely affects your ability to DPS things. What did I get anyway? A rapier, a scimitar, and a heavy mace. How much are these worth? 300? $310. Alright, ever closer. 19k away. That's old and new, healer or tank. I am neither a healer nor a tank. And I think they're full? No, they are a short one. Okay. But yeah, okay, so we managed to hit cap. We got a little bit of stuff going on. Mostly we grabbed a little bit of inventory space. We tested our build out a little bit in some low to mid-ish Reaper. Found out there are some problems. Some of them are build limitations. Some of them are player limitations. There's a combination of these things. And let's see. Okay. Alright, wait. How long has he been on? Oh, he's been on like 5 hours already. Okay. So, because we have reached a good stopping point, we are looking to raid out. I was looking to raid into Tavern Tales, but he's already been live for 5 hours, so he's probably not going to be on much longer. Who else do we have here? What is this? I don't recognize this person. You know what? We're going to drop in on the Owlbear Den. They appear to be new, and I see Float on by in their chat giving them some help. So we're going to hop over to them. They appear to be new, but they're not that new because they appear to be in caught in the web, maybe. No, they're just in the Demon Web, so they're not that new. They're in Epics. But we're going to raid out. Thank you for anyone who is here. Of course, if you are on YouTube, you don't get the raid, but that is fine. This is where we do our standard patter at the end of things, where I thank you for being here, because you have a lot of places that you could be, but you chose to be here, which I appreciate. It's where I remind you that you can click the buttons if you want to click the buttons for following, subscribing, or that sort of thing. And it's where I remind you about the other stuff we have coming up. So our stream schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday, I believe we will be back on Warframe, finishing up the last of the quests that we have to unlock Warframes. And then on Thursday should be our DDO day again. And Friday, we'll say either Hades 2 or One Step from Eden. But that is the plan. You can, of course, join the Discord if you want to see the actual schedule when it goes up. But until then, we're going to raid out to this Owlbear person and hope that things are going well for them in their newness so we can welcome them to DDO. So once again, thank you everyone for being here, and good night.